Hello everybody, it's Spegtacular, the Silverstacular. So I recently made a poll on my YouTube channel asking you, the audience, what my next video should be. It was 50-50, talking about it should be either a video of a public coin show or my thoughts on the coin collecting hobby. So since it was split down the middle, let's go ahead and make a show that's right down the middle. It's going to be both about my thoughts on the coin collecting hobby, and I'm going to show off a public coin show. So first I had to travel to Hudson, Florida and find this coin show. So we're here. The next step is to go on inside, and when we get in there, we can talk about the future. Alright, we made it inside. I will say that going into a coin show without some sort of focus on what you're there to buy can make things a little bit difficult because there are so many coins. And just about every single vendor will ask you, what would you like to find today? Are you into anything in particular? So if you have a goal that you're there for, that can be very helpful. If not, you're going to be in for a little bit of a journey because there are so many coins to look at. Which leads me into a point about the future of the coin collecting hobby. Now, when you go into one of these places, sometimes you'll see some prices on coins, but generally if you find a coin that you're interested in, you'll have to ask the vendor, hey, how much is this worth? And their typical response is, well, let me look it up. And they'll grab a book and they'll look through the book and try to determine that coin's value based on their own perception and their own personal belief of what that coin should be graded as. So there's a lot of personal opinion that goes into this thing when you are looking at coins, which could be an issue because your personal opinion on the coin may not be the other person's opinion. And typically, if the person has the coin, they may grade it higher than the coin may actually be just based on their own appreciation of that coin itself. So now this is for loose coins, but coins that have been slabbed and graded by a third-party grading company like a PCGS or NGC, that coin has a grade put on it, and the buyer and seller can both see that easily and usually make an easier determination on price based on that quick little glance of the grade. So now here's where I find a problem, is that there's multiple companies that will grade these coins. And within those companies, there's multiple people that works there. They come and go, they retire, etc. So every single person and company has their own opinion. That makes it difficult. There's no set grade for a coin because it has to be all based on opinion and, careful research of the coin. But realistically, at the end of the day, it's based on that person's opinion of that coin. And that could change. You could, have a coin that's graded MS62, and you could say, hey, that's not good enough for me. You could break it out of that slab, send it in again to that same grading company, and it could grade differently. So for the future of this hobby, I think the best possible solution is to merge these companies. Stop multiple companies grading coins. It needs to be one company that grades these and slabs these. And one simple way that can make this happen, and you're going to think I'm out there, I'm far-fetched, but hear me out. They have this technology now called facial recognition, right? So where you can take a picture of somebody's face and a whole database opens up, and if this person's face is in that database already, even if they've aged, it can kind of narrow down and determine where this person has been, the other photos of this person, etc. It can all be utilized to identify a person. So now bear with me on this because it's going to get a little bit more far-fetched. But now think about your cell phone. Now I'm talking about newer cell phones. They have the camera already attached to them, and they have a scanning technology on them. Now that scanning technology can be used for a lot of cool little things, but imagine having an app or an application on your phone that allows you to scan a coin, okay? Utilizing this facial recognition technology that I was telling you about before, and identify that coin's grade. It may be up or down, one or two grades. There may be some interpretation that needs to occur based on a few scratches, etc., on the coin, that it may take a personal touch in order to do it. But this database and this scanning technology could completely revolutionize the way coins are graded and make it a lot easier for you, the buyer, to go to one of these coin shows, see coins at shops, etc. Simply take out your phone, open up the application, scan it to a coin, and easily determine the value based on that coin's grade. And it wouldn't take a third-party grading company to find this out for you. You could do this right in your own hand. Now, before you say that's completely impossible, I want you to think about the books that you've seen that help people grade coins. There's books and they give you pictures, let's say of a Walking Liberty $50. It'll give you a picture of an XF coin, an AU coin, an MS type coin. It'll give you those pictures. So now why couldn't, these grading companies get together, get several big time collectors, get hundreds of these particular coins as examples, and make this database for this scanning technology? That would be great. The coin grading companies could, potentially sell this scanning technology, or they can still just continue to slab coins and make them, look nice that way. And also it protects the coins, so they still have a business. It's not completely shutting them down, but it's definitely helping you, the buyer, get more involved with the coin grading process and help you understand it easier than just trusting some other person, that maybe at these shows to have the right opinion on these grades. So now let's talk about the crowds in these coin shows. One thing I always tend to notice is that I'm usually one of the younger people that's in these coin shows. There's not a lot of kids that are running around, and I find that to be an issue, because if you can get the kids to come to coin shows, then they're going to grow up, they're going to collect coins. It's going to grow the hobby a lot more than just one niche population like an older crowd. So if you can get a diverse crowd that goes to these coin shows, more will end up being done, for the future of this hobby. And I mean, more companies will be involved. This scanning technology that I'm talking about could get involved. More will happen, a lot more. So I wish there was more of the younger crowd that would go here, and not, a lot more that would scare off the old crowd, because they're important too, because generally the older crowd has the money to keep these coin, vendors interested in doing this thing. So now my thoughts here on how to get that younger crowd involved in coin collecting. And you've heard it here first now. This is Spegtacular is going to have this idea. What about a game? A game out of the coin collecting, right? So you have your apps, you have this scanning technology, and when you go to these shows, maybe there's certain coins that you need to scan for points on a game or to add to something that helps this game, right? So you scan this thing and it adds to your points, and there's leaderboards, etc. And it just works. It makes the kids want to come play. Even older people will go there and play. They'll stay longer at the coin shows. And staying longer, you spend more money. Makes the vendors happy. More people are getting involved. There's going to be more news and press about it. Now that there's a game and more people are attending, the news is going to follow. It's going to make things blow up if there was a game that involved coin collecting. So now this is me being wild, talking about possibilities of the future and what could really help the coin collecting hobby. Because I see it now as stale. It's very stale and maybe even dwindling to some degree. Now there's still a lot of interest in, big coins. When you see those coins go to the shows and they're, going to hit the auction and make $1 million, there's a lot of press about that. But all these coins like I'm showing in this video, that I think the most expensive coin I've seen at this show today was around $1,200. And maybe a little bit more for some of the larger gold pieces too, but for just a regular coin, about $1,200. There's no news that came to this show. Spegtacular was the only news story here. I also think with coins like peace dollars that are kind of undervalued now, in my opinion, will end up realizing their value in the next 15 to 20 years, because now they're going to end up being over 100 years old, and it's going to really start increasing their values. So be on the lookout for those kind of coins. Alright, at the end of this video, I must thank you. It was your poll results that helped make this video, so thank you very much. If you enjoyed the video, please take a moment and subscribe, thumbs up, and comment, and share the video with others if you would like. Remember, this is the hobby we all love. So, these are just some thoughts that I have. Leave me comments with your thoughts. Spegtacular is out.